I came across something very interesting yesterday. Actually, you sent it to me.
Yes.
It was the story of this lady who actually was worried about her daughter not having friends in school. Her daughter had come home and said, nobody wants to be my friend.
Yeah.
And she said she was going to surprise her daughter at school. So she went over to her daughter's school the next day, unannounced, and she was very happy to see her. Oh, mommy's here. Yeah. And she had a talk with her and her friends, where she asked them, who wants to be Olivia's friend? And they all said, I do. And they're like, why? And one of the kids said, because she's always beating me and never apologizing.
Who wants to be Olivia's friend or who doesn't?
Yeah.
Who doesn't? Was it who doesn't want to be?
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Exactly. Now, who doesn't want to be Olivia's friend? And she discovered that her own daughter is actually the bully. So it brought to question for me, how many parents know about the status of their kids in school? What responsibilities do parents have when it comes to bullying or their kids being bullied or being the bully? I know that today we're going to be talking on parenting about how to know your kids are being bullied in school, but I just wanted us to have this conversation here. What responsibilities do parents owe?
So the thing is, there's bullying in different phases. There are parents bullying their own children. There are teachers bullying children. And kids are seeing this at home, in their environment, their cousins, uncles. It's become, they've been orientated, if that's the word, in that kind of space. So by the time they get into school, they actually don't know the difference. That is how they grew up. They have elder siblings in the house that lord over them. Yeah. And then they finally find younger kids in school and decide to lord over those kids.
As well.
It's their turn to be in charge. It's their turn to display some show of power. Yeah. So as parents, there are some parents that say, oh, if he beats you, beat him back.
Yeah, that was the credo when I was growing up.
Now, that beat him back thing, a lot of parents don't realize how far you're actually pushing that child to go. You're giving that child the right to essentially express anger on another person. And once that person becomes a younger person, it becomes bullying. Yeah. So it's coming from...
Or a more vulnerable person.
It's coming, a vulnerable person. It becomes bullying. Yeah. That's what it is.
Which becomes bullying. So
the fact that parents are giving the child the right to beat back.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel if the instruction is if you're being bitten, beats back. Fine, I don't believe in violence at no point, right? Do you understand? But I think the thing is stand up for yourself. For instance, in this situation, something crossed my mind. The situation of Sylvester, right? Something crossed my mind. He was told to take in a substance. At that point, he could have refused to take it in. But then again, of course, we know the whole seniority thing, right? When I was in school, the same thing happened. I was bullied
7 of them.
No, of course, definitely.
There was no way he was going to refuse that.
I see us going into the Sylvester issue. I wanted to save that for later. But since we're there already, I see what you're saying. I understand. He had a choice at that point, especially when he had to...
I don't think he had a choice.
Well,
of course, there were 7. But my point is, I've been in a situation where they've told me to do things I really know I shouldn't be doing. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do it. Yeah, they might probably... Do you understand? Because in the end, he probably didn't know it was poison or something that was going to kill him. Do you understand? Even at that point, he would probably have stood and made sure he wouldn't have done that. Do you understand? But my situation, my thinking is, kids should be taught to stand up for themselves, especially when they are faced with bullies.
You can only stand up for yourself if you know there's an authority that can come to your rescue.
Exactly. Now you've just put the pin in it. Yeah. Now, was there that choice to
report
to an authority?
That's why you have to stand up for yourself.
Exactly. So I understand what both of you are saying, and you guys are pretty much correct. There was that video as well of the counselor, a Zoom meeting, who used to work at Dowen University, who told about who told about the consistency of that kind of thing happening there. But he resigned based on that.
Based on that,
there was a parent who listed the names of 2 housemasters who were supposedly supposed to be in charge of those boys. But those boys are on the 3rd floor. And these guys are always on the ground floor. And apparently one of them is too portly to climb the stairs to go and deal with anything.
So they just let things happen.
They let things happen.
What really made the video very, very sad was a mother who burst into tirades because she also had the same experience with her kid as well. The same experience, she said, that poor Sylvester went through.
Yeah.
And she says that she was lucky. She was crying, actually. So the question she raised was, why was this not brought to the fore from before? If you knew that stuff like this was happening, how come you didn't tell about it? And I'm like, what could he have done? I mean, it was him against the system. That he subtracted himself from such a system was not enough. That something was wrong.
Of course, definitely. And I don't believe he just resigned like that. I felt he probably complained before he now eventually
Parents, in order to wrap this one up, parents have a responsibility to explain to the kids what bullying actually is, and that they have no right to lord over another child.
Another kid, exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's literally where it comes from.
Yeah. Tell you guys tell us what you think. Send in your comments. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We would love to read them. We'll be back.